Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today I want to start by sharing with you a big announcement. It's official now that I'm going to participate at the main street lifting competition in Europe or maybe even in the world, which is the Final Rep. So if you guys don't know or you don't follow me for long, I will explain to you what Final Rep is. Basically, Final Rep is a weighted calisthenics competition where you do 4 lifts, muscle up, pull up or chin up, dips, and squats for 1 rep max. And I've been training this all year just to get ready and to be at my best for the competition that is going to happen. Usually here in Portugal, where I'm based, the main street lifting competition happens at the end of the year, usually November, December. That's when this competition happens. But this time they didn't make the competition. So when they announced that, I was a bit upset about it because I was happy with the numbers that I'm currently making. So I knew I would have a great performance. But then I received the great news that for the first time, the Final Rep qualifiers will be here in Portugal. So whoever wins the first place or the second place in this competition will be qualified to participate at the World Championship that will be happening by the end of the year. I think it will be in October in Germany. So I'm very excited about it. I can't really wait to do it. I will compete at minus 80 kilos. So right now I started already my cut just by implementing some different changes in regards of my training and my dieting. Starting by controlling more what I'm eating, counting my calories intake, my macronutrients, and putting all on the app. That's the best way if you want to really have good results and keep track of what you eat and what you don't eat. And second thing is that I started implementing cardio. Last year, I made the mistake of doing a lot of excessive cardio, like a lot of functional training, a lot of martial arts, and a lot of HIIT workout, which ended up not being the best thing for me because I ended up losing a lot of muscle and it kind of affected my performance during competition. So this time, just steady cardio on the treadmill, inclination, and just 30 to 45 minutes max at the end of my training sessions. So, guys, I'm really happy about this. That was the big announcement that I wanted to share with you, but stick around and see my leg training that I did at the beginning of this week. It was supposed to be my last heavy leg training of the week, but I will explain you what happened in this session, so stick around and see the rest of the video. If you want to become serious about lifting, about doing heavy squats, first thing you should do is a proper warm-up. One thing that I see a lot in gyms is that people just do 1, maybe 2 light exercises as warm-up sets, or even worse, they don't warm up at all, they just go straight to the bar, add some weights, and start squatting. And that is very dangerous because squat is one of those movements that you really need to be careful about it because the risk of getting injured is very high and it might take you out of the game for a long time. I know a lot of people that got injuries by doing squats and had to stop training for months or maybe even years, or just became afraid of doing the lift, so they just skip squat at all. So be very aware of what you're doing in the gym, warm up your body properly, prepare your physique, prepare your mindset to start training and perform at your best. There is one thing that I started understanding about squat. It's the fact that in every session, your body is going to respond in a different way. Sometimes when I do my squats, I have a wider stance and I feel really comfortable with. But in the recent months or recent weeks, I started looking for better ways to improve my range of motion. So what I figured is that whenever I have a wider stance, yes, I can lift heavier, I feel more stable, and I can balance the weight better. But whenever I have my legs slightly closer to each other, I can go lower. I don't have the greatest hip mobility, I don't have the most flexible body, and that's why I look for these cues to perform better, to have a better range of motion, to understand better how my body works. And during this session, this was one thing that I was looking into when I started my warm-ups. As you can see, I was able to squat lower, but that's kind of easy when you're doing with lighter weights. I can squat lower, but when it starts to go for heavier weights, that's when it becomes more difficult to do. For December, I took a small step back. Last month, I was already doing doubles, and this month I went back to triples, simply because it's December. I want to take some time to make sure that my technique is good, that I'm dominating the weights that I'm doing. And doing 180 kilos, it's been a challenge for me. I'm already able to do a good amount of repetitions. I still feel like I'm not in total control of it like I am with 170, for example. And since there is still 2 months left, almost 72 days or something like this, me taking a month to get back just to reassure that I'm doing everything proper, I believe is a good move, because in January I will start doing doubles again and doing weights that I have never done before. So this will require a lot more of confidence in me, a lot more of mental resilience also. That's why I took this month to really prepare myself and to give my body a break. So then when it comes the time for me to really start going hard with training, I am totally prepared for it. Here I was hyping myself up. I like to slap my legs to increase blood circulation and just get me in the mood for the heavy lifts. It's like a ritual for me. Something very interesting happened this time around. My bracing was a bit off. Usually when I breathe in, I expand my core so I can have a more solid base. But this time when I was breathing in, it was going to my chest area. And it's not supposed to be like this. Maybe it happened because of the weight on the bar. This kind of threw me off because I was trying to understand what was going on. Meanwhile, the weight was in my back, so I had to keep going regardless, just keep as focused as I could be. Then I saw the video and I didn't like the range of motion that I had. I'm really working to go deeper, so it was a bit annoying for me. I took some time off to rest, and then I thought to myself, maybe I can do it again. This wasn't part of my plan. I was supposed to do just one top set with this weight, but I was like, okay, let me give one second try and see if I can manage to do the 3 repetitions with a more range of motion. Was wrong. As soon as the bar was in my back, I felt the weight and I felt that my body probably wouldn't be able to do 3 repetitions. So then I set myself in the position, I took a deep breath, and I did the first repetition, and that was the only repetition that I could pull off, because I felt my body completely shutting down, and I was like, okay, if I a second repetition, I will definitely fail this one. So I dropped the weight and went back straight to what I was planning for today, which was 2 sets of 172.5 for 4 repetitions. So now, as you can see, the difference between the top set number of repetitions and the back off set is not too different. It's not like, for example, 3 on top set and 6 for back off sets. It's 3 and then 4, because I really want to keep a higher weight but maintaining good form. So if I would do more than 4 repetitions on the back of sets, at some point I would start losing my posture, I would misdirect the direction of the bar, and I was looking to be as clean and perfect as possible. Hey guys, quit pausing the video because I need to share this with you. I've helped hundreds of people with calisthenics, so if you are someone who would like to learn how to train calisthenics, become stronger, have a better performance, or just have a healthier life, do yourself a favor and click the link below to book a call with me, or you can find me on my other social medias, send me a direct message and let me see if I can help you out, okay? Let's get back to the video. This was my last squat set, and I remembered when I was resting that 2 days ago I was at home and I was doing squats with body weight just to see how low could I go. And I did a closed stance and I was able to do lower. And I was like, maybe if I do it bar, I might be able to manage it. The thing that I'm scared of, the thing that worries me is that when I'm doing a lot of weight, if I keep a closer stance, I don't have a great balance. But this time I did with closer stance and it actually felt good. Maybe from this angle it looks like it's the same, but if I would film from behind, I think the range of motion, the depth was better. And I felt really good doing this one. The only problem is that the grind was slightly more than usual just because of the fact that I have closer stance. When I have a wider stance, I can generate more power for me to pull myself up. Then I finished with some deadlifts. This deadlift session wasn't the best at all. I was already too tired from the squats. I was supposed to do 172.5 for 3 repetitions, and during the warm-up I was feeling great actually. I cannot deny I was feeling good. Started increasing the weight and all that doing beltless, because I like to do without belt until I get to my top set or to my heavier sets. I get to my last warm-up set and I did 1 repetition and I felt like maybe I won't have energy enough in the tank to do the top set. But anyways, I was like, okay, let me just rest a bit more. I rested like 5 minutes or something. And I was like, okay, now I'm ready for it. Let's give it a shot. And what happened, of course, I couldn't manage to do the numbers that I was planning on. I did the first 2 repetitions and then I tried to do the third one, but I felt a lot of pressure on my lower back, like it would break or something. So I just dropped the bar down. I was like, okay, I'm done for today. And that was the training for this session, which kind of disappointed me because I was really expecting to do a lot more for my last heavy workout of the year. That's why I'm thinking about the possibility of doing 1 more big session next week. If the gym doesn't close, because here in Portugal they like to close the gym earlier on holidays and it's going to be Christmas, so yeah, that's the big problem. But anyways, don't forget to leave a like and comment. See you guys on the next one.